a lot of changes have been made to UFC Fight Night Vegas 108. Taira is now versing Hyun Sun Park. Let's break this down, man. Of course, we're going to start with the early prelims, ending with the main event. First fight of the night, we have Piero Rodriguez versus Caitlin Souza. Caitlin Souza is actually going to be the pick. I changed my mind. I had Piero Rodriguez winning, but I'm gonna go Caitlin Souza. I don't know. I thought Souza's record was a little better than what it was. But at the end of the day, I still have her winning this matchup. I feel like this is a 50-50 fight. The only way Rodriguez wins this, though, is by getting takedowns. And I think Angela Hill is a way better opponent to lose to than who Rodriguez beat in her last fight. So, with that being said, I am going Souza as the first pick. You can honestly go either way, in my opinion. But I feel like Souza is a good dog. And there aren't a lot of dogs that I like on this card. I think Souza is one of the few that I do actually like. And I think she actually has the chance to win this. Like I said, I think Souza's takedown defense is decent. And I think it's decent enough to stop Rodriguez's entries. And if she stops Rodriguez's entries, then Souza's going to have a masterclass on the feet. That's probably going to be able to secure her the dub. Give me Souza to get this one done. Now, instead of Andre Lima, Rafael Estevam came in on short notice against Felipe Bunes. And I'm going Rafael Estevam. He's one of my more confident picks in this fight. The only thing that I'm worried about in this matchup is Rafael Estevam looks amazing the first round. Problem is, once the third round comes around, he can't slow down. And if Rafael slows down against Felipe Bunes, I don't think this is going to go how a lot of people expect it to go. Like I said, the pick will be Estevam. Do I believe he's a minus 550 favorite? I think that's a little drag. Maybe it could have been a minus 300. But sometimes these odds just they've been dragging it recently, if I'm going to be honest. But like I said, I do have Estevam winning. Felipe Bunes, they're both really good in the early rounds. Bunes is kind of untested in the UFC. He got KO'd by Joshua Van. Joshua Van just beat the number one contender, Brandon Royval. We all know how good Joshua Van is. Bunes just subbed Johnson. And Johnson, 6 foot at flyweight, huge for the division, but like he gets submitted often, you know? So we kind of knew that was going to happen. I actually had him winning that fight. So it should be interesting. This is definitely going to be a grappling heavy matchup. But yeah, I have Rafael winning. It's more so I'm worried about the later rounds. I'm curious to see how Rafael looks in round 3. So yeah, Bunes is also very dangerous off his back. So there's that as well. But give me Rafael Estevam to get it done. Now we also have Austin Bashi on the card. Now, if you're not familiar with Austin Bashi, he was an undefeated prospect coming into the UFC. And his first real fight in the UFC, he versed the prospect killer in Christian Rodriguez. Austin Bashi, an explosive wrestler, good grappler. Kind of small for featherweight, but like I said, he's very explosive, good wrestler. And he's versing John Yanis. This is a matchup to me that's one of those that the UFC try to get they try to scramble to find a guy off the regional scene. They find a guy and they're putting him against, someone who's supposed to be on the card. I think Austin Bashi absolutely runs through John Yanis. John Yanis is a striker. He's known for his wrestling, not really known for this dude has crazy grappling, all this. No, this is kind of, in my opinion, a layup for Austin Bashi. And I think he gets this done, man. I'm being honest. I think Austin Bashi gets this done. And I might even say he gets it done with ease. Via control time and grappling and all that. Moving on up the card, we have Nick Klein versus Andre Pulev. And this is pretty interesting because a lot of people are going for Andre Pulev. I get it. He's very big for the division. But I'm actually going Nick Klein. His only loss was to Mansour Abdul Malik, the prospect, the guy who just, I don't know if they withdrew that KO from Cody Brundage, but he just gave Cody Brundage a hard time. Yeah, I'm going Nick Klein. He rocked Mansour Abdul Malik, caught a lot of people off guard. Everybody counted him out. He has decent wrestling. Andre Pulev, don't get me wrong, slick striker. But if Nick Klein gets a hold of him, then what? You know what I'm saying? 6'4", really long for the division, but he doesn't have long arms at all. So it's not like he's going to maintain this crazy amount of distance. And what are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, Nick Klein is also pretty big for middleweight. I mean, he's kind of average height for middleweight, 6'1". Bro, 6'4", middleweight, cool, bro, but you don't even have the reach to prove it. I don't know. This is one of them fights that I picked Pulev at first, but then I'm like, okay, kind of just has the striking. You know, Nick Klein's striking isn't all that, but I feel like he does have the tools to actually beat Pulev in this matchup. So I'm going to go Nick Klein as the underdog in that fight. Moving on up the card, we have Rodolfo Vieira versus Tresean Gore. A lot of people are pretty on Tresean Gore in this matchup. I definitely see it. The only problem is I can't pick him because he's just coming off a nasty KO. Bro got slept bad. Rodolfo Vieira, it's like both of these guys are coming off losses to their like hard matchups for them. You know, styles make matches. And Rodolfo Vieira lost to Andre Petroski coming in on short notice. And I believe we had Andre Petroski as runner-up underdog of the week. But Rodolfo Vieira, I mean, Andre Petroski has that good takedown defense. Decent striking, also powerful. And then Rodolfo Vieira wasn't able to get in on those entries because of Petroski's takedown defense and open them up on the feet. And I think it's something similar may happen. The pick will be Rodolfo Vieira. But I feel like if Rodolfo Vieira struggles to get the takedowns, I feel like Tresean Gore can just, you know what I mean, expose him on the feet. He also has a nasty guillotine. If you've never seen a clip of him hitting the guillotine, holy, bro, he almost rips the guy. I'm not even joking. He almost rips the guy's head off in his guillotine. So, yeah, give me Rodolfo Vieira. Am I super confident in it? No. But I do believe he does get it done. Tresean Gore is a solid dog. I just can't pick him in this matchup. Moving on up the card. This makes no sense. Maybe I am underdog heavy on this card. Maybe I am underdog heavy. But this fight the odds make no sense. My fault. How is Nathan Fletcher a plus 330 dog against Rinya Nakamura, who's a wrestler? And Rinya Nakamura, not only is he a wrestler, but he's a wrestler that doesn't wrestle. He doesn't even, in his last fight, everybody threw him in the parlay thinking this guy's going to easy hit. Everybody for UFC 311. This guy starts to strike with Muin Gafurov when he had a clear wrestling advantage. He's untrustworthy in my opinion. I would like to see more of the wrestling that kind of got him to the UFC, but he hasn't been using it. And Nathan Fletcher does have decent BJJs, coming off a robbery loss to Logren. Logren left the UFC. He's not even in the UFC anymore. So it's like, yeah, I think Logren was with the PFL. Good, because he was a boring fighter. And Fletcher's way more entertaining. I'm going Fletcher in this matchup. Renya should probably win, because, you know, if he uses the wrestling, that's what I'm not trying to hear, you know, shit on Renya. I'm just saying I can't trust him to use the wrestling in this matchup if he didn't even use it in his last matchup. So with that being said, I'm going Nathan Fletcher because I know what I'm gonna get. If he tries to strike with Nathan Fletcher, I think Nathan Fletcher is better with the striking, and Nathan Fletcher can hold his own on the ground. He has good BJJ, so I'm gonna go Nathan Fletcher. Rinya should win this, but I think Nathan Fletcher can surprise a lot of people, honestly. Moving on to the main card, we have Danny Silva versus Kevin Vallejos. And now, if you're not familiar with Kevin Vallejos, get familiar. I think this can be a future champ. I'm not even joking. This guy is mini Ilia Topuria, one of the best boxers in the featherweight division, hands down. The way he rips to the body, comes up to the head, really high and tight guard, literally just like Ilia if you watch it. Very similar style to Ilia. Heavy hands, and he just stalks you, and when he hits you, it's like a freight train. He has so many, I think he has 15 wins, 11 KO. We can even check right here. I mean, yeah, bro, just, this guy doesn't like to see decisions, and I have him winning by brutal KO. A lot of people are saying, oh, well, Danny Silva is, Danny Silva's good, right? But I'm going to split decisions, going to do, bro, Vallejos is sleeping people. He's not taking people to decisions, split decisions. You know what I'm saying? And then people are talking about, oh, well, Danny Silva's 5'11". Okay. Bro, Kevin Vallejos' last opponent was like 6 foot 6'1". Knocked him out. Bad. And I feel like that was a layup fight. I think this will be Kevin Vallejos' hardest fight, though, because this is really a test for him. His last fight was kind of a layup. Actually, no, I'm lying, bro. Bro, Kevin Vallejos versus Gene Silva and took Gene Silva to a decision. What am I saying, bro? No, bro. I'm not even trying to glaze this guy. Vallejos took Gene Silva to a decision. That was when he was 21. He's 23 now. And it wasn't Gene Silva 30-27 him. No. It was a 29-28, 29-28, 29-28. Some judges had him winning a couple, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm going Kevin Vallejos. Honestly, you could even argue he faced a better comp. Like, honestly, Gene Silva's better than anyone Danny Silva has ever fought. But with that being said, I think Vallejos isn't gonna let it get to his head. I think he's been posting on social media like this will be a hard matchup. He's not going in thinking it's easy, so that's good. He's not cocky. We've seen fighters, I'm cleaning this guy up first round. Besides Ilia Topuria, every other fighter that says that usually loses. But yeah, give me Kevin Vallejos to get it done by brutal KO. I wouldn't be surprised if he flatlines this guy, bro. I would not be surprised. Moving on up the card, we have Neil Magny versus Zaleski dos Santos. Now, a lot of people are arguing for Neil Magny, and I get it. Neil Magny, I mean, he's faced all the top guys in the division. He's losing to the top guys. Very solid argument. Dos Santos, kind of old head matchup, matchup. But the people Dos Santos loses to, he's coming off that knockout against Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. And Neil Magny's coming off back-to-back brutal, brutal KO losses to Michael Morales and Carlos Prates. I'm talking about flatlined. Michael Morales hit Neil Magny with a spinning elbow, cracked him. Neil Magny fell to the ground. Then we had Carlos Prates hitting him, flatline Magny. Bro, it is, but anyway, Dos Santos, he's also coming off a bad KO. And I feel like Dos Santos is going to get this one out. I wouldn't be surprised if Neil Magny won this. But the type of people Dos Santos loses to are really fast twitch type of, strikers like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang was, honestly, looking back, I picked Dos Santos. But Chitty Ninja Kwani, bro, I probably messed that last name up. But yeah, Chitty just, hard matchup. Looking back, very lengthy for the division. Really quick, really good striker. Has the Muay Thai clinch. Definitely was a nightmare match. Well, not nightmare matchup, but was a hard stylistic matchup for Dos Santos. Neil Magny, kind of the same thing. Long, rangy, but not as fast twitch. I think Dos Santos can get it done. Am I confident in that? No. Both these guys are coming off KO losses. This is another toss-up. Neil Magny can win this. I wouldn't be surprised, but I have faith in Dos Santos to get this done. And spoiler alert, here's a real underdog pick. I think it's my third Fourth, Suoza, Nick Klein, Fletcher. We're going Nora Cornell. I think Nora can get it done. A lot of people are high on Nora as well. I feel like Karol Rosa, in her last fight, a lot of people are going to look at Karol Rosa and say, hey, Karol Rosa got opened up on the feet by Aylin Perez, whatever. Bro, if we're being honest, Karol Rosa, the only reason she looked bad against Aylin Perez was because she was worried about the takedowns. Aylin Perez was actually underdog of the week, and we locked her in. So, I like Karol Rosa. I parlayed Karol Rosa before. Last year, I parlayed her. Like, it's just the level of comp she's losing to is obviously better in the division, but I don't think she's as hungry as Nora, man. I just don't. Nora's going to split decision with Jacqueline Cavalcanti. Jacqueline Cavalcanti is nasty. Nasty. So, I think, and if this was Jacqueline Cavalcanti versus Karol Rosa, I don't know if they fought before, but I'm taking Jacqueline Cavalcanti all day. But don't get me wrong, Karol Rosa, more experience, right? Nora is a little older. I think she's like 35. But when it comes down to grit, we are in the apex. When this comes down to grit, I think Nora is going to be the one to just kind of look like she's landing the more damaging shots. Like, that's really the best way to put it. She's probably going to be the one that wants to end it, that's looking for a finish. She has gotten finishes. She's coming off a submission win. Karol Rosa is kind of just the type to pitter-pat at range, and I don't really know if that's going to be enough to win her the decision. I do think this goes to a decision, and I think Nora wins this with all the damage added up. So give me Nora. A lot of French fighters been selling recently. I think Nora got this in the bag, though. We have, next up on the card, we have Elvis Brenner versus Esteban Ribovics. And I'm going Esteban Ribovics. Elvis Brenner. Don't get me wrong. Elvis Brenner, I don't know. Whatever. Brenner's a good fighter, but he just hasn't proved himself. He's fought some hard competition and oral by. He's more of a grappler. And of course, if he gets his fights to the ground, this is his game right here. But Esteban Ribovics, bro, I mean, people argued he lost. It was a robbery in his last fight. People argued it was a robbery split decision. And I get it. But Esteban Ribovics, I think he puts on a masterclass against Brenner. A lot of people are saying, I mean, a majority of people are saying Ribovics. But I think it's going to be a lot of like wild exchanges. Brenner might try to shoot in a couple takedowns to try to establish that early on, especially in the apex. But I mean, I just feel like Ribovics, bro, like, I think he just has this in the bag. I feel like we seen him go to war with Daniel Zellhuber, even though Daniel Zellhuber is not as good as we all thought he was, just to let me know that he has that dog in him. And he's going, even though he is kind of a little bit of a decision merchant, he knocked out Terrence McKinney, but Terrence McKinney has never seen a decision. So, but yeah, man, I just feel like he's the better striker. If Brenner doesn't land the takedowns, it's going to be a long day for Brenner. And give me Esteban Ribovics by decision. Hopefully. I don't know. He could actually get a finish depending on how the fight goes. If Brenner comes in crazy, maybe even sloppy takedowns. We'll see what happens. Then we have Mateusz Rebecki versus Chris Duncan. Now, a lot of people are kind of torn between this fight. And if I'm being honest, I'm going Mateusz Rebecki. Chris Duncan, I've picked him. I actually picked him. We had him as, I don't know if it was underdog of the week or underdog runner-up of the week against Vucenic. I was like, this guy's about to fraud check Vucenic. A lot of people have Vucenic winning. I was not too confident. But the thing about Chris Duncan is sometimes he's more of a submission or bust type of guy. Rebecki has never been subbed, right? That's not to say Chris Duncan can't do it. He can do it. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that he can't or can't. What I'm saying is Rebecki arguably TKO'd Oralby, bro. We all seen that fight. If that fight isn't in Abu Dhabi, I don't know if the refs don't call that. Let me just put it like that. I don't know if the refs don't call that. His eyes already shut. I don't even know how they kept him. I mean, and that was a guy that was damn near invincible. Oh, Orba has a crazy chin on him. He has this. He has that. Bro, Rebecca, bro, he put a beating on him. Put a beating. Had his eyes swelled shut. Could have been a TKO. Doctor stoppage. Had Orba crawling away from him at one point. It was like everybody's like, how is he still up? Yeah, that guy. I wouldn't be surprised if Rebecca got a KO. Chris Duncan he gets rocked, man. He gets rocked, and then he'll have these comeback wins where he'll knock the guy out after him being rocked, and boom, or he'll snatch up a guillotine off a shitty takedown. I think Rebecca's just hard to shoot a takedown on. He's 5'7", stocky. To really just kind of grab him is like he just has a lower center of gravity, if that makes sense. Bro, I'm chatting right now, but like he's just like stocky, man. Like it's gonna be hard to just get to that. And then Rebecca is a wrestler as well. Like he was the one out wrestling Orbai. I feel like people forget Rebecca was a plus 225 in that fight. Plus 225. Everybody counted him out. But man, Chris Duncan, like I'm not counting him out. I think this is gonna be a good fight. But I feel like Rebecca, if he avoids the submissions, he has more of a dog in him to pull this one out. I believe in Rebecca to get it done. A lot of people are torn between this fight. Some people are leaning Rebecca. Some people are leaning Chris Duncan. But man, I'm going Rebecca. I seen the dog in him. He beat Orbai, kind of like similar frame as well to Chris Duncan. Long grapplers, 5'10". Give me Rebecca to get it done. Moving on up to the main event, we have Hyung Sung Park coming in on short notice against Tatsuro Taira. This is honestly a banger matchup. Park was supposed to be versing Steve Erceg in literally the card after this one. But I'm going Tatsuro Taira to get it done. And I think Taira actually finds a finish in this fight. I don't know if this fight even goes the distance, if I'm being honest. Both these guys like to finish their fights. But I feel like what a lot of people are just ignoring is because a lot of people are picking Park, actually. I'm pretty surprised. Park looked good in his fights, don't get me wrong. But if you look at their records, the people he's versing, it's kind of like layups, bro. Like, it's kind of like to make him look good. You know what I'm saying? So, when I look at Tatsuro Taira's, I mean, he's kind of versing the who's who. He's versing, like, Brandon Royval. Like, what are we saying? He's versing Brandon Royval. Royval, the number one contender at the time, and he almost beat him. He took him to a split decision. Showed grit in that fight. Literally got pushed to the point of, like, bro, it was like Taira had to unlock something deep down. Really dig. You know what I'm saying? A 5-rounder with Brandon Royval. If Joshua Van was in a 5-rounder against Brandon Royval, we can even argue Brandon Royval wins that. He's a problem for anybody in a 5-rounder. And while being rocked, I mean, what gave Tatsuro Taira the problem in that fight, and this is where I'm going with this, it was the jab. That jab kept bothering him. Park has good striking, but I think Tatsuro Taira is going to make the adjustments that he needs to have better head movement on the feet. And I feel like Taira has better grappling than Park. So with that being said, I'm going Taira as my pick. And this is a completely different matchup. He's versus Steve Erceg, a striker. Maybe Park was working on more of his grappling, taking him down, bro. Taira has it all. His striking could be a little better, maybe throw a little more kicks or whatever, but I think Taira got it all. I think Taira gets this done. Let me know what you guys think about this breakdown in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe, follow us on TikTok, follow us on Instagram. Go check out our best bets video, and I'm out.